Hey, how you doing? It's the view from the very first video, from the trailer. We don't have a channel trailer. Ain't nobody got time for that. And I'm kind of amused because I, at one point I thought I should really, try to do more of these videos, with makeup on and stuff, but who cares? So, a couple of things before we get to the topic. The first one is, I really did not feel like doing yoga this morning. I mean, like, really did not feel like doing it. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, just so not in the mood. So not in the mood. A part of that is because I didn't really, while I was away for the weekend, Supernatural Con, I did some stretching, I did some stuff, but I didn't really do a, actual, yoga. And then yesterday I did nothing at all. And, it's like a slippery slope. But it's also just, there's stuff going on. But, I got my butt on that mat. And I did. At first I was like, I'm just going to do some stretching. So I'm not wearing my yoga clothes. I didn't put on the yoga clothes. I wear a big t-shirt and shorts. Not my yoga clothes. I'm just going to do some stretching. But I'll put the mat on, I'll put the mat out. Just, just so I don't slide around or whatever. But then I did. I mean, like, I didn't do anything like, it was not like a whole 30-minute extravaganza or anything, but I did it. And then, see, at the end, I always do my, like, loving kindness, like, to the whole world. And then today, I did an extra loving kindness. I did a loving kindness to myself. And then I thought to myself, I was all, like, proud, and I was like, look at me practicing self-care. And then it occurred to me that, does anybody remember the George Carlin bit that he did about how we change terms for things to make them, it was before political correctness, so we change terms on things to just sort of, soften it. And one of the jokes was, and this sounds like a horrible joke, but this is the one that always just really brings it home about how we change what we call something to make it seem not as bad. So shell shock became post-traumatic stress disorder. Like, so anyway, I find it interesting that we are all buzz right now, myself included, with the term self-care. We're talking about self-care. There's lots of articles about self-care, blog posts about self-care, the importance of self-care and self-care. And so the first thing is that in order to get people to do it, we've decided to call it self-care. And the reason that we're using that you should practice self-care. This is something you should practice. You should work. You should work on your self-care. And Jared Padalecki at Supernatural Con this weekend we talked about being aggressive about he was talked about being aggressive about your happiness, but somebody was asking him about his self-care. But I think he was going with, you need to be aggressive about your happiness. Not so much about aggressive about your self-care, but we're all talking about self-care, and we should do this. We should do this because it's the right thing to do. It's the new aerobics, it's the new yoga, it's self-care. We should self-care, and this is like a thing. Self-care is the new black. But what we should really be talking about, and I think I'm going to change my terminology personally, is we need to start talking about self-love, because that's what self-care is really about. Taking care of yourself, doing things for yourself. You should do that because you love yourself, not because it's going to make you more productive at work, not because it's going to make you a better entrepreneur, not because it's going to make you a better mother, father, spouse, partner, sister, brother, child, whatever. that is not why you love yourself. You love yourself because why don't you love yourself? Ooh, a bird just made like a big whoosh, and Spats was very excited. I'm gonna stop talking about self-care. And from now on, I'm calling it self-love. Because I love myself, I got on the mat today and I moved my body with my breath because I love me. And because I love me, I've been making choices about not pushing myself to do things, not overdoing it, not overextending it, not pushing myself out of my sense of obligation to other people when doing so would be harmful to myself. There are some times in life when we need to do that. I have in the past tended to do that to the extreme, much to the detriment of my physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. But because I love me, I really do, like I really love me, like, I don't know, you might love me, you might not love me, it's okay. I really do love me, like I'm really there, and I know I'm really there because I'm making some of these choices that I either A, would have not made in the past, or B, would have struggled with, are effortless, because self-love is real for me now. And so let's stop calling it self-care and making it the new aerobics or Bikram yoga of the self-help driven person world lifestyle. Okay, self-care is not part of a lifestyle. Just love yourself and just stop being a chucklehead and love yourself because you should. Oh, I know I just should on you, but this is one that you should on. Love yourself because you're worthy of loving. You are. I am very worthy of loving. I love me. So that's my message for today. I feel good about it. Now I'm gonna go read. I got a new Danielle Laporte book to read. And in a little while I'll be waking Gracie up to make the pancakes. It's a beautiful day. Life is good. I'm home with my family where I belong. I love you, and I love me.